The gavel crashed down like a thunderclap, silencing the chaotic hum of Congress as Senator John Kennedy rose to his feet, his voice trembling with a mix of fury and resolve. Ladies and gentlemen, today we uncover a betrayal that strikes at the heart of this nation. The chamber erupted into a storm of gasps and shouts, cameras flashing as every eye turned to the Louisiana senator, his face etched with determination. Across the aisle, Senator Chris Van Hollen sat frozen, his usually composed demeanor cracking under the weight of Kennedy's accusation. What followed was a showdown that would expose secrets, test loyalties, and leave an indelible mark on the soul of American democracy. It began weeks earlier in the quiet backrooms of Capitol Hill, where Kennedy, a folksy yet sharp-witted advocate for the common man, had stumbled upon a series of encrypted emails. As a member of the Senate Banking Committee, he'd been digging into foreign investment loopholes, a cause he'd championed alongside Van Hollen to protect American investors from fraudulent overseas firms. Their bipartisan effort, the Holding Foreign Insiders Accountable Act, had been a rare beacon of unity in a divided Congress. But as Kennedy pored over the documents late one night, his heart sank. The emails suggested Van Hollen had been secretly negotiating with foreign lobbyists to weaken the bill, preserving a loophole that would benefit a shadowy conglomerate with ties to a hostile regime. The realization hit him like a punch to the gut. His friend, a man he'd trusted, might be compromising the very principles they'd fought for together. Kennedy wasn't alone in this fight. His aide, Maria Torres, a young single mother from Baton Rouge, had joined his team after losing her savings to a shady foreign stock scheme. Her tear-streaked face during their first meeting still haunted him. She'd begged for justice, her voice breaking as she spoke of her son's dreams slipping away. Maria became his moral compass, tirelessly decoding the emails with him, her determination fueled by a personal stake. Together, they faced sleepless nights and mounting pressure from colleagues who dismissed their findings as conspiracy. The challenge was immense, proving Van Hollen's intent without fracturing their party or alienating allies. Kennedy wrestled with doubt, his faith in the system shaken, yet Maria's unwavering belief in him kept him going. Meanwhile, Van Hollen, a seasoned Maryland senator known for his quiet charisma, was grappling with his own demons. Raised by immigrant parents who instilled in him a fierce sense of duty, he'd entered politics to lift up the underdog. But the pressure to secure campaign funds had led him down a dark path. The conglomerate had promised millions, dangling the lifeline he needed to save his re-election bid. Each meeting with the lobbyists gnawed at his conscience, his wife's worried glances at home a constant reminder of the man he'd once been. When Kennedy confronted him privately, Van Hollen's defenses crumbled. "I didn't mean for it to go this far," he whispered, tears welling up. "I thought I could control it." The confession was a turning point, but it left Kennedy with a heart-wrenching choice: expose his friend or protect him and risk the truth staying buried. The day of the hearing arrived like a storm breaking over Washington. Kennedy stood before the Senate, his voice steady as he presented the evidence: emails, bank records, and recorded conversations that painted a damning picture. The chamber erupted as Van Hollen's allies shouted denials, while others demanded answers. Maria watched from the gallery, her hands clasped tightly, her son's future hanging in the balance. Van Hollen rose, his face pale, and admitted his role, his voice cracking. "With shame. I failed you all," he said, "but I'll make it right." The confession stunned the room into silence, a rare moment of raw humanity amidst the political theater. The resolution came swiftly but not without cost. Van Hollen stepped down from the committee, vowing to cooperate with an investigation and donate the illicit funds to a victims' relief fund, starting with Maria's community. Kennedy pushed the bill through with renewed vigor, its passage a testament to their shared original intent. The emotional toll was heavy. Kennedy and Van Hollen's friendship lay in ruins, but a new alliance formed with Maria, who became a symbol of the fight for accountability. As the cameras rolled, Kennedy addressed the nation, his voice thick with emotion. "This wasn't about winning or losing, it was about remembering who we serve. The people, and today, we've given them back their voice." The story ends with Maria hugging her son outside the Capitol, his eyes bright with hope as she whispers, "We did it." Kennedy watches from a distance, a weary smile on his face, knowing the battle for integrity is far from over. The inspiring message lingers. Even in the darkest corners of power, courage and truth can prevail, reminding us that every voice, no matter how small, can spark a revolution. The video fades out with a call to action. Stay vigilant, stay engaged, for the heart of democracy beats strongest when its people refuse to stay silent.